Yellow. Does free will exist? Well, the answer is paradoxical. It both does and does not. To better understand, we must first learn a little more about ourselves. How much of you is really you? If your body is a collection of inherited environmental influences forged over time through withstanding the ruthless suffering propagated by nature, much of what you feel, much of how you respond or act is more so a byproduct of subconscious drives, not will. From your feelings of fear to the instinctive feeling of attraction or anxiety stemming from a low sense of status, a low self-perception limiting your ability to express yourself because in an older time, unstifled free expression would catch the attention of those around you in a bad way. Thus, the natural outcome would be an increased likelihood of losing your life. The things we feel instinctively are often there to protect us. There's a reason why we instantly jump from the side of snakes. We move even before our eyes have properly grasped the situation. Reflex. To take this even further, how many of your thoughts are actually your own? The majority of thoughts we experience are habitual, cycling through narratives and reinforcing those narratives with our reticular activation system by selectively picking and choosing reality. Much of what we think and believe is a byproduct of running into something from the outside world. We inherited it from our parents and society, which they inherited from their parents and society of that time. And of course, much of that was shaped by geography. With that said, are those really your thoughts, or are they conditioned into you? In this meat vehicle forged of suffering and conditioning, how much of it is just a response to the stimuli it has received throughout the generations? In that sense, our fate is deterministic, like a bell determined to ding the moment it is struck. This reality operates through cause and effect, even if our mind cannot fully encapsulate all the variables involved. In that sense, there is always a reason for something that occurs. So then, where is our free will? If everything has a cause and effect, even if it cannot be measured by humans as we are now, it does not mean it cannot be measured. This does give the sense that our human condition is predetermined, but there is one part of you that cannot be shackled by the same rules, and it exists within your mind. You all possess it. Let's all for a moment close our eyes. There's a part of us that just observes. Many call it pure awareness. Even if you cannot fully encompass or understand who or what this is, it's there. Let's just breathe for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel yourself getting calmer. Feel your traps relax, your posture straighten, the muscles in your face loosen up, your eyebrows relax, and just observe your thoughts calmly. Let it all flow as it normally would. Just observe. This observer is your superpower. It is what allows you to acknowledge your thoughts, your attitude, your negative cycles, and from there you are given a choice to comfortably continue along the same narrative, the same story, or to change how you feel in response to that narrative, which in turn changes your overall result. You break the cycle. I live by this philosophy where, as a child, we are not responsible for what happens to us. The suffering propagated by life onto us is not our faults. But when we become adults, we are absolutely responsible for all of it. Every time you show up to your discipline, regardless of how bad you feel, you are changing your reality. Mentally, every time you shift the hate you feel to feelings of love, you're picking a different attitude with your will. You're shaping your destiny. The anxiety you feel, the feelings of excitement, the emptiness you experience, the gratitude and content, all of that is you changing your fate. Your fate is a byproduct of your environment, your instinctive drives, your social conditioning, the matter we reside within, and the consistent rules, the physics, the philosophy that binds it is our fate. But with your mind, Through observation and reflection, you have the choice to change the story told. The observer of your mind allows you to see your story. It allows you to acknowledge it, thus find a new way forward after reflecting upon it. To this process, fear and hate are the antagonist, courage and love, fuel. We are creatures capable of logic, but our decisions are predominantly emotional. We buy things, do things, express things based upon how we feel, and those feelings are where we have agency. And to transmute those feelings, to change them, is how you break your cycle and move towards a different narrative. We all feel this intuitively. We all know we are beings with free will. Our legal system is even predicated on this notion where you are the one responsible for your own actions, yet it is easy to derive that we as mortals are purely a byproduct of circumstance. Bells destined to gong the moment we are struck. But we've seen it with many high-level fighters. No matter how many times they're hit, no matter how many times the bell is gonged, some of them are so mentally strong that even the response they were fated has no grip. Instead of pain, they brush it off with a smile, thus continue to remain cold towards their path. Their biology does not matter because their will has been exercised to a point where it's just stronger. That is a magic we see in every arena, every time we choose to pay attention. Every individual on a high level has demonstrated this to some extent, and it is a magic that exists within every one of us, even when our rational mind can have us lose sight of it. Understanding this, let it inspire a bit of magic into our own lives. When things aren't going good for you, that is when you must truly execute your will. It is easy to just coast with the flow when things are going good, and it's even easier to sabotage something good when it's happening. But to raise your gaze from the depths each time you are pulled down, that is the true art of a master, regardless of the path they tread. I believe the power to pick yourself up is within you. And when you do, the change of everything is inevitable. If you like more from me, please subscribe and hit the notifications. Thank you if you did. It truly does mean a lot to me. Thank you. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. It's good karma, and until next time, peace.